Hello everyone, welcome back. I feel like it's been a little while since I've done a sit down vlog, and I'm going to be honest, I just lost a bit of momentum. And I thought, you know what, this is the moment where we've got to pick ourselves back up, even if that momentum, that motivation, that energy isn't quite there, that comes from doing. And that's what I thought I would do today's video on, is how we create progress, how we get back our mojo when maybe we've just been busy, we've had other priorities, we have lost a little sense of direction. And I was actually making a TikTok on this earlier, which kind of inspired this video as well. And it was all around like how we make progress. And I had this realization when I was planning what I wanted to say in the video is the easiest way to create progress and to see momentum is by having a plan. And that's what I realized I didn't have with my YouTube videos was a plan of what I was posting each week, a kind of direction of like, what's the end goal here? And it was a really good reminder that actually when we have a plan, we create success so much easier because we know each week, each day, what to do to get closer to that end goal. So it kind of comes back to this question of like, what is the key goal, or what's the main goal that you're working towards? Like, what's the goal that's motivating you to keep showing up in your business, to keep showing up to work, to keep going to the gym, to keep going on those runs? Like, what is that bigger goal? And that's what I found myself thinking about earlier with my YouTube. I was like, what is the bigger goal? Like, why haven't I been posting? I mean, it's only been 2 weeks. It's not that deep, but I've been moving house, it's been summer, I've been busy, I've been working with my clients, and it's just one of those things that I didn't make it the priority and I didn't have a plan. And that is why I lost a bit of momentum and motivation with creating the videos. Not because I don't enjoy creating the videos, I really do. I think it was just that sense of unclarity on like, well, what's the next video to create? And then I was getting distracted and procrastinating and doing other things, and here we are 2 weeks later, and I am sitting down to create this video. So my takeaway is I'm going to create a plan for my YouTube, but I thought I would kind of walk through that now because as my job as a business strategist and mindset coach, it is literally my job to help people make progress and to develop a plan that helps them get more seamlessly and more quickly from where they are to where they want to be. And so I know how valuable having a plan is and how fundamental it is to creating progress. So it's kind of ironic that I didn't have it myself, but that's often the case. You know, we can be good at giving advice, but then we don't necessarily take it ourselves. So if you're in a similar situation where you're like, I don't really know where my career is going, or I feel like my business is kind of plateauing a little bit, or I want a new health challenge, but I don't really have the motivation, then think about that end goal. Like, where do you want to be in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months time? It could be in 30 days time. It doesn't need to be like a big 5-year, 10-year plan. Like, I'm not someone I don't find that like engaging or easy to follow because so much can change. Like, so much in today's world can change in the space of 6 months, especially if you run your own business. So it's like, it's not those big drastic life changes I'm talking about. It's kind of that steady progress that we want to be creating so that we're moving either closer to that dream life or we're becoming more of like the best version of ourselves. And I think that's a really good way of thinking about it. It's like, what's missing at the moment, or what's an area that I'd like to build, like a strengthen, you know, is it confidence? Is it my fitness? Is it a sense of fulfillment with my career? Like, what is that thing for you? Because then when you have that, you can start creating a plan. So let's say you want to become a better runner, or you want to become fitter. In 30 days time, what does that look like? Is that going on a 5K run at a certain pace? Is it doing your first 10K run? So then we work backwards and say, okay, if in 1 month's time I want to run my first 10K, what do I need to do between now and then to make that happen? Is it downloading a plan? Is it time blocking those runs in your weeks from now until then, so you know that you've got, 10 runs booked in or whatever it is? Is it joining a running club? Is it finding a friend that you can go on a weekly run with so that you've got accountability? That's really as simple as it is when it comes to creating a plan. In the same way that if you know you want to change careers, when do you want to change careers? What timeline are you giving yourself? What are you doing to make that happen? And with like my YouTube goals, it's like, okay, what do I want to build here? Like, what's the community that I want to build? What types of videos do I want to create? What are like some of those metrics that I can kind of align to, like number of subscribers or levels of engagement? There's elements of that are out of my control, but things that I can do are posting consistently, having a plan of like what videos I'm posting when, is making sure that I'm recording those videos in advance so they can be uploaded online. They're the kind of things, and I didn't have that. So that's when you don't see much progress because you don't have a plan. So let me know if you've got any questions, by the way, in the chat below or in the comment box, and I can come back to you, because sometimes that starting point is where people get most overwhelmed. It's like writing an essay. You know, we think, God, I don't even know where to start. And actually sometimes just writing, getting some ideas down, that is the best place to start. It's not having the perfect title. It's not having the perfect intro. It's just having a few bullet points that you know are going to move the needle in the right direction. So have a go at writing down some of those bullet points so that you can be really clear on, if I did these things each day, I know I'm making progress. And ultimately, if we're making progress every day, that's a massive win. Even if it's not as fast progress as it was a month ago, even if it's a little bit messier than you would like, it doesn't matter. I think the biggest thing we want to be aware of in this process is procrastination. Like before I filmed this, I was scrolling on Instagram, checking my emails, scrolling back on Instagram. I was like, no, come on, go downstairs, sit down and film the video. And now I'm here. It's like, why was I delaying doing that? You know, you're always going to feel better for starting than waiting and delaying. And I always say, make it realistic. So with those actions that you identify as part of your plan for making progress, give yourself 10 minutes to do one thing. Give yourself 5 minutes to go on a run. It doesn't need to be the perfect 10K straight away, or it doesn't need to be sitting down for 2 hours applying for new jobs, or it doesn't need to be creating a whole new website for your business. Use time blocks. There's a method called Pomodoro sprints, which is a really effective method for like time blocking and being really focused and like in flow with your work. And I think the Pomodoro says 25-minute time block. So you do 25 minutes, you focus on one thing, you have a 5-minute break, you do another 25 minutes. And that way, there's no chance you can get distracted. Whereas if you sit down and say, I'm going to do 2 hours, we can't physically focus for 2 hours as human beings. Like our brain doesn't work that way. So then we start looking at our emails, we start scrolling, we go and make a tea or a coffee, a piece of toast, whatever. And then before we know it, we've like not really done that deep focused work. So that's my invitation to you as well. It's like, set yourself up for success. So when you have your plan, then you've got to implement the plan. So you'll know what time of days you work best. You'll know when you've got capacity to do a little bit of extra work, or to set some boundaries, or to say no to some things, because actually you're making this your priority. And if it's not your priority, then there's probably something missing. And that's when coming back to your why behind the plan, behind the goals, is so important. Like if you don't really have a why as to why you're doing this plan or following this like strategy, that's like you're going to lose motivation. So like, why do you want to go on runs? Why do you want to do a 10K? Why do you want to change jobs? Is it so that you have more freedom? Is it so that you can earn more money to be able to support your family? Is it so that you can have more autonomy over your time and be able to work from different places around the world? Is it so that you can feel fit and stronger as a mother, a partner, like, and for your own health? You know, those deeper whys are what motivate us and give us that boost to get out of bed in the morning, to go on a run even if it's raining, to spend an hour or two on a Saturday morning creating our website for our business, because that why is driving us. So if you're not clear on your why, that's got to be the starting point. Then it's creating a plan, even if it's 1 page, bullet points, really clear steps that you can take. Then it's time blocking, so that you're actually taking those ideas and those decisions that you've made and you're putting them into action. And then it's doing this consistently so that we're consistently making progress. And the final thing I'll say is review the plan. So in a few weeks' time or a month's time, sit down, look at the progress you've made, look at the plan that you've made. Does it feel good? Are you seeing progress? Is there resistance? Are you feeling motivated and energized by this plan? Or is it feeling like a bit of a struggle? Because that's when it's really important to refine the plan, to make some tweaks, to make some changes, to recognize actually that thing that I thought would help, I'm not really seeing many results. Or that thing I thought I'd be excited by is draining my energy. And that is completely fine. Doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean that you've given up. It means that you're being super intentional and aligned with like the progress that you're making and the direction that you're moving in. And that's amazing. Like awareness is everything and clarity is everything. So that's my 2 cents on this topic, is when there's resistance or procrastination, asking yourself why and allowing yourself to move beyond that so that you're not just coasting. You're not just going through the motions. You're not spending another week doing something that doesn't light you up. Because like life is short. I know that sounds cliche, but it is. And we get to change what we're doing, to make new decisions, to take different actions in any moment. And different actions equal different results. So if we're not happy with our life at the moment, or one element of it, whether it's who we're hanging out with, how we're feeling, the money we're making, the levels of freedom we have, we get to change that, no one else. And when we have a plan on how we can create that change, not only do you see results much quicker, but it feels much easier. It's less overwhelming. Often what is causing the biggest overwhelm is not having that clarity. And that's because you don't have a plan and you're allowing things to happen to you versus you taking control and creating the life that you want. So let me know if this resonates. Let me know what area of your life at the moment you're wanting to see a bit of change. And let's hold each other accountable. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And I will be back with weekly videos, combination of more like mindset, business, kind of personal and professional growth style videos, as well as like the blogs and the daily day in the life when I'm traveling or out and about, just to, mix things up a little bit. Because I really enjoy both types of video. And I feel that's a nice reflection of me as a person, not just me as a business owner or me as Nicola who lives in London and travels and does fun things, So let me know if you have a preference. I would also be curious to know, and I will catch you in the next video.